Now we're going to show you how to install the new colored pad sets available at mpcstuff.com for the MV8000 and MV8800. We're going to put these pads in, give the thing a little bit of color. So we're going to start right now, and we're going to take the side panel off first. Alright, to get the side panel off, we just got to get one off. We're going to take off here, there's 3 or 4 hex Allen screws. It's a 3mm. I'm going to pull those off first. Then you'll also notice at the bottom, we also have 3 normal screws. So we're going to get that one side panel off. You're only going to need to take one side off. I'm going to take off the left. It doesn't really matter which one you take off. Now you need to take the screws to get the bottom casing off. I put it on a pillow to give it a little more security so the front's not rubbing against anything. Just take all the screws off the bottom here, with the exception of the ones that you can see have a hole around them that's not holding that bottom casing actually on. Alright, now we're going to have to get out this, to get underneath the pads here, we're going to have to get this section out. You'll see in these corners you have screws in each corner, and there's also some underneath these drives as well, but let's get those screws out first. Then we'll work on the other things. Now that we've got those 4 screws out, we're going to undo the ribbon cables that are all attached to the drives. That way we can take the drive bays out. Now we're going to unhook the drive bays, and we're going to take each one off. Each one's held in by 4 screws, so we're going to get those out so we can get to the other screws that are holding that long panel on. As you can see, there's one kind of back up underneath there, and you'll see them once you pull off the drives themselves. So now we're going to go ahead and get the drives out. I started from right to left. Be careful with the ribbon cables when you pull them out. Now that we have the drive bays out, all the screws holding this base in, we're going to want to pull this thing out. That's why we took that right side panel out, so we could shift this piece all the way over and a little to the right outside of those holes. That way it will come up out of the casing. When you come through here, push to the right, and then pull up. And now you'll get that. Alright, now that that piece is out, you're going to see the actual part that covers the pads. It's held down by these 4 screws on each side, and that's what holds it down to the board, and underneath there will be the pads. So remove each of those screws first, and then you'll get to the next step. Now that I'm underneath it, I got it out, I'm going to pull this ribbon cable out carefully first, and then I'm going to lift up this way from the end and pull out. And as you can see, underneath are the sensors and then the pads. Next step, we're going to get this out of here. And now that we got that out, we'll see the pads. We can pull the pads up, and now we can get the new MPC Stuff brand MV pad set. I'm going to put a blue set in here, and we're going to go ahead and put everything back together just the way we took it out. Now you're going to do everything you just did and do it backwards, put everything back together, and now you'll see that the blue pad set from mpcstuff.com for your MV8000 makes your MV look a whole lot better. They are available in other colors. We have the clear, which matches most of the other clear buttons on the MV. We have the black, which matches all the other black parts on the MV. We have the red, which matches the red record button pretty well on the MV. And then the best is the glow-in-the-dark transparent blue.